My name is Nikki Batinik, and I'm a speech-language pathologist with Ridge Zeller Therapy. I recently completed my CF year, and I'm here to tell you my top 5 tips for landing your dream CF position. My first tip is to not rush the interview and application process. Don't feel as if you simply need to take the first job offered to you. You have a master's degree in a field that needs therapists. Make sure wherever you take a job has the following 4 essentials that we'll talk about in the next tips. That being said, if you are offered a job, you need to respond with a yes or no in a timely manner. You can ask for a day or 2, but make sure to give a definitive yes or no response. This is your first year in the field as a speech-language pathologist. CF support is incredibly important. You want to make sure your school, medical setting, private clinic, or home health agency has a history of taking CFs. If so, do they have a supervisor in mind for you? How long has that supervisor worked? Have they supervised CFs before? Will you receive help with the CF paperwork process and tracking hours? Even if you were an all-star A+ graduate student, you'll still want a first job that has strong CF support that allows you to work independently while also jumpstarting your exponential growth in the field. This may be an awkward subject for some people to bring up, but it is important to know a few things about pay and benefits. Some schools and agencies might be less forthcoming with this information. However, you need to know if you'll be an hourly or salaried employee. Some companies offer 1099 positions, so it's really important to know the pros and cons of being a 1099 employee. If you're hourly, how many hours a week will you work? Are those hours guaranteed? Will your hours fluctuate week to week? If you're a salaried employee, is there overtime after 40 hours a week? How many hours past 40 hours a week is an SLP in your position typically working? Are medical benefits offered? You need a great job, but you also need a great life outside of work. While bearing in mind you need to be realistic, you want to make sure your job gives you a great employment opportunity while also providing you with a good life outside of your profession. Caseload is very important for a number of reasons. First of all, will your caseload have the client type that you want to work with? Are you interested in serving that population? Second, is your caseload manageable? It is incredibly important to know what is normal and average as far as a caseload number for whatever settings you're applying for, be it a school, medical setting, home health agency, or private clinic. You don't want to accidentally take a caseload that is nearly impossible to serve. You want to enjoy your first year of work, bearing in mind that it's probably going to take you a little longer to complete tasks than a seasoned clinician. Peer support at work is an incredibly important facet in your CF year that is commonly overlooked. In your first year of work, you will be consuming knowledge at an incredibly rapid rate. You want to have a job community that supports that growth. Find out if the teachers, special education workers, SLPs, OTs, PTs, doctors, rehabilitation managers, etc. have a strong working relationship. You will learn a ton from people in related fields to your own. Now, you may be the only SLP at your location, and you might be interviewed by people who aren't speech therapists, such as school administration, rehabilitation managers, HR staff, etc. Make sure whoever is hiring you has a strong understanding of what a CF-SLP is and what a CF-SLP year entails. This may sound a little silly because it's easy to assume that the person hiring you should probably have a strong idea of what you do. That being said, I have interviewed at locations where there was a large gap in knowledge between their understanding of a CF year and my own. Furthermore, you're going to need things from these people, be it supplies, materials, being able to get a manageable caseload, etc. So it's really important that the people you work with understand what you do and what your year will look like. I applied to many CF-SLP positions, had over 7 interviews, and multiple job offers. I chose to work for Ridge Zeller Therapy because they outshine the competition at every single turn. They had a strong CF program, great pay and benefits, a desirable caseload, and strong peer support. If you're interested in landing a job with Ridge Zeller Therapy, please visit our careers page at ridgezellertherapy.com. I hope you find these tips helpful, and I hope you land that dream CF position.